argument is now, hey, I'm extending my hand. I'm trying to deliver you out of his hands from that abuse.
Come on, man.
Come on. You suffered enough. I'm trying to, you know. But what is Jake doing? Like it says in Proverbs, the first chapter.
Yeah, I'm on Proverbs.
They basically they're fanning their hand.
Yep.
You know.
So the Lord said He's going to laugh at your calamity.
I will mock when your fear cometh.
Yeah.
Because when I called, you did not answer. You know, He stretched out His hand to you, and you didn't regard it, man.
No man regarded it.
No man regarded. So hey, they held with you. Now Esau, that's your lover. That's who you trust. Well, hey, that trust. Keep your trust in him. Keep that smoke. Keep that energy. Because he's coming down with an iron fist. He's gonna get more abusive on you, man.
I got a couple.
This nigga about to. This nigga, he's finna really he's finna be relentless, man.
Yeah.
You see how everything's becoming more and more in prison? It's being more turned into a prison, more tyranny. Over there in Rhode Island, if you don't get VA double X, you gonna get
Double check.
TA double X.
Double X.
And they're proposing that law.
Yeah.
You don't even see what's happening in the back, man.
You get heavier with income tax.
Yeah.
If your children, or with your children, your children are.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The Lord's gonna start putting you niggas in detention centers. You have no idea.
I got a couple.
They're gonna shut down the internet too, so all the things this brother's speaking of, it ain't gonna be reported. It ain't gonna be seen. You know, no one's gonna know what's going on. He's all about to shut America off from the world. You know?
Let me hit these. Right quick. I googled PT6. You brothers heard about this, right? Post-traumatic slave syndrome, right? And that was a book by Joy.
I remember that.
I don't know how to say it last name. It said post-traumatic slave syndrome, America's legacy, enduring injury and healing is a 2005 theoretical work by Joy. Okay, whatever, right? It says this is the symptoms of PTSS. Difficulty concentrating, this is Jake, right? Difficulties concentrating, feeling jumpy or being easily angered, black culture shit, right? Appearing emotionally numb, also called vacant esteem. This includes feelings of hopelessness, depression, and a general self-destructive outlook. It's all in our music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Further down, I clicked on something that said, what are generational trauma patterns? All right. It said it means that we can view the psychological effects of trauma being transferred from one generation to another, right?
Mm-hmm. And that's according to the curse.
Exactly.
That's the
curse shall be upon you.
It shall be upon thee, and I see.
And I see.
As a sign forever.
Yeah.
As a sign forever.
There it is.
And that's that sorrow of the mind, you know. Not having assurance of your life.
Yep.
What is that one that says you should morning?
Yeah. You word that it was morning. You hope it was the morning at night, and at night you hope it was vice versa.
Yeah.
It's never the time you're in is never a time of comfort.
Mm-hmm. Out of these curses, mental. You know what I'm saying? Mental. Your mental is fucked up. You really can't function.
Yeah, if we had good mental, even though we're in captivity, we'd be all right.
Yeah.
But Most High got us beat down in every single facet of life, and heaviestly on our mental.
By the hand of this devil.
Yep.
You know, this devil has really done a number on Jake, and only the power of Yahweh Shai it was him quickening us with his spirit to bring us up out of that. You know?
From the time you're born in this place, you're cursed. The odds are against you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything's set up to destroy you.
I gotta keep it. No, you got it. Go ahead. No.
Can you read that last part again?
that I was reading here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I also was going to say I was going to go back and read it.
Yeah.
And there was more to it. It says it means that we can view the psychological effects of trauma being transferred from one generation to another. Let me keep reading because it's going to tie into what you're thinking. Generational trauma is a traumatic event that began decades prior to the current generation and has impacted the way the individual understands, copes with, and heals from trauma. And that's passed down generation to generation. Things that happen not even in our lifetime. And the scriptures talk about our forefathers that went off, basically. And now we got to deal with that. That's generation.
It says that in Baruch, where it says we're suffering even we're yet this day in our captivity, suffering the payments of our forefathers.
Yeah, yep, I did read that one.
Yeah.
I can read it again, I'm right there.
We're dealing with the effects of the traumas from the punishments, going back to because of our forefathers sinning.
Yep.
We're paying for it now.
Captivity after captivity.
Captivity after captivity.
Fuck.
So you think it's fair that after we went through that, and we received the penalty of our punishment, that these nations, they get to just walk scot-free now.
Hey, and then
they ain't got to suffer nothing.
You call yourself a Christian and you ain't got to keep no laws, no discipline. You can just do whatever you want under them.
Yeah.
This is all comes with it. They can be in the blessings. They stay on top, we stay on the bottom, and this is just how it's supposed to keep going.
Yeah.
They don't ever talk about Christian belief. Don't ever talk about an end coming to the way it is now, to where it becomes better. Because this is the best it's going to get for all of us.
Yeah.
Okay? But our people need better. We need better.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, we supposed to be the Lord's chosen people, and we went through all this. But these nations, they did straight wickedness.
Yeah.
And it's never been addressed, so to speak. You mean to tell me that they're going to go unpunished? There's not going to be no type of retribution for that? Well, that's what vocab would have you believe.
Yeah.
That's what Christianity would have you believe.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
That we get to suffer through all this, and after we receive it, now everything is good. Now everybody's cool. We can all dip off into the sunset together.
They act like
we equal now.
They act like we did them dirty, and they just getting payback, and now it's all good.
Now we're even.
Yeah, now it's even.
They say that when the kingdom of heaven comes, all the nations are going to be in there, and we're all just going to get along.
And when it was King David and King Solomon ruling, when we did them dirty, or you could say it was ordained by Yahweh Shema Shai. So it wasn't like we was going off.
They never talk about the house of Israel, the house of David.
Oh yeah.
You know, they never talk about that because when David was, what did David do to these other nations?
Garrisons in Edom.
You know, he subjected all these nations into being his servants. You know, so and the house of David is going to be established. You know. So what's going to happen? It's written all over the scriptures that these other nations are going to go into captivity. There's no getting around that.
It's a must.
I'd appreciate it.
And everything that you did against us, like especially back then, you felt justified in doing it because we were going off. Mm-hmm. Basically, they took advantage of us being in sin, or because they pissed their God off. Well, hey, shit, we got free reign to do whatever the hell we want with them. You know, we ain't offended. Their God gave them over to our hand. So hey, you know,
what we do?
It's free reign now.
Yeah,
open season.
It's open season. That's how the nations treated us each time, especially Esau. He went overboard with it, man. Overkill, man.
I had a pre to. You got something, bro?
Can you get Jeremiah 50? I believe it's like the 6th verse real quick. Get that one real quick. Because this was their attitude. All right? This is why they feel like they won't be punished or receive some type of recompense for it.
And they love to bring up manifest destiny.
Yeah.
You know, but it's kind of true. The Heavenly Father did work with them to put them in the situation. Oh, that's Proverbs 16? Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Which one?
He said, I, the Lord, made the wicked
Oh, yeah.
for the dead.
16 and 4.
Y'all got it.
Jeremiah 50:6 says, "My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place."
Talking about our people. Lost. Destroyed, man. All right? But as long as we were wandering out of the way of understanding, remaining in the congregation of the dead, these nations rejoiced. Let us not suffer them to be put in graves. No, leave them out of them graves. We want to see these niggas dead like this.
Yeah.
All fucked up and can't figure out why they're such a God-forsaken people. You know? Go ahead.
All that found them have devoured them.
All that found them have devoured them, right? We were devoured by all these nations. Go ahead.
And their adversaries said, "We offend not."
Hey, we don't even offend. we ain't in the wrong. What we do? You know?
We not under your covenant.
That's the attitude they coming in, man. Why should we have to be penalized for what happened to you? That's that Cain spirit.
By my brother's people.
You know? Go ahead.
Because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers.
They saying basically we offend not because they sinned against their God. You know? These nations always understood that as long as we're going along, we're not keeping the customs of Israel, we're not keeping the law, statutes, and judgments that he gave to us as a nation, we're in bad blood with the Most High. There's no peace there. And when there's no peace, guess what? There's beef. There's controversy. You know? So hey, if we're not on good terms and you out there and about, I'm not gonna really care that you going through what you're going through right now. That you got yourself into that. Judah, the 5th chapter.
I'm there. I was going through it too.
Yeah. And these nations understand this, man. They know. Especially the elite. They know, man. That's why they spend so much time and energy and wealth and putting it into making sure you didn't understand this.
Yep.
Keep you in those mental shackles, those mental captivity, mental slavery.
This is this is what keeps them from sleeping.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Us, the Israelites, you know? How do we keep them lost? How do we keep them asleep? You know?
How do we start killing people? How do we start killing them where it don't look like we did nothing wrong? How do we get them to destroy themselves? Okay, and then they're trying to figure that out so they don't look like the bad guy. The Heavenly Father sees it though.
Yeah. That's exactly what they're trying to do. Trying to keep their hands, like their hands ain't got no dirt,
They hide their hands, right?
No blood on them.
Throw the rock and hide your hands, they call it. Who's reading right now?
I was gonna get Jeremiah. I was gonna get Judah 5 and 20.
Yeah, I think it's what they called it.
It's Judah 5 and 20.
Start at 19.
19. But now, verse 19. But now they are returned to their power and are come up from the places where they were scattered and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate.
Yep.
Now therefore, my Lord,
And this is after the Babylonian captivity. When we was coming back into the land so we could start rebuilding the temple. This was around that time. Go ahead.
now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error against his people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
Yeah, let us go and take them. That God ain't gonna be on their side. Normally when he's on their side, we ain't got a shot. All right, we didn't watch what he did for them in Egypt.